John Vlachos was born in 1932 and grew up in Watertown, Massachusetts. He describes his childhood as a great one, growing up in a nice neighborhood with six brothers and sisters. Both of John's parents were immigrants from Greece who came to America looking for a better life. December 7, 1941, Japan attacked Pearl Harbor, bombing a U.S. naval base. The U.S. then declared war on Japan in 1945. The war ended, and so did the U.S. alliance with Communist Russia. Russia planned to invade and just take over surrounding territories to build up a communist empire. In 1949, Chinese nationalists were defeated by Chinese communists, and just 1 year later, Communist North Korea invaded South Korea. The Cold War's beginning directly followed the invasion. John enrolled in the Marine Corps in 1951. At the age of 17, John Vlachos was the star of Watertown's football team. He was an All-Scholastic and All-State, and his leadership was recognized as well in the All-Scholastic Award for outstanding athletic ability and sportsmanship he won from the Boston station WCOP in 1951. John was heavily recruited to play football in college, but he chose a different path. John Vlachos left his loving parents, siblings, and high school sweetheart to fight the Korean War, so he was absent at his own high school graduation. Being unable to receive his diploma, his father accepted it for him.
After my senior year, we were down in the cafeteria where we all sat, and our friend Sally Leone came in and said, "I just got word that I have to go in the Marine Corps." I said, "What are you talking about?" He says, "You're only in high school." He played the trumpet in the reserves, and he was a lousy trumpet player. I don't know how he got in. But anyway, we talked about it, and we said, okay, let's join. This was in January or February. We went up to see Dr. Kelly, and we made arrangements that if we took our classes before we went in, we could graduate, which we did. There was probably about 10 of us.
John Vlachos was sent to Parris Island boot camp for 9 weeks. He was then sent to Camp Pendleton in California High Sierras for winter training. John there boarded a ship that would take him to Japan. During John's travels, he fell very ill for 30 days, losing over 30 pounds. There he boarded an LSC that carried other troops and tanks. They landed on a place called Sochuri in North Korea. There he boarded a Higgins boat, where they circled round and round until it was time to land on the beach. His division was then taken in trucks to South Korea, where he fought in much combat, passing through Seoul, and from there they were separated into their units. John was there wounded once at the age of 17. He was taken to a hospital and treated for his injuries. John was put back into uniform and was ordered to fight on May of 1952. John and his company fought on Bunker Hill, and a total of 1,000 men were killed on that hill. John's company was one of the many who fought on Bunker Hill, but he was one of the few that fought on the hill for a full 48 hours instead of the restricted 24. After the battling on Bunker Hill, John was injured for the 3rd time and was treated in another hospital, and there was sent to Incheon. What was your most profound experience in the war?
Actually, probably carrying down my friend who was wounded. And he had a lot of blood on him, and he was from, well, actually a couple of them. They went from Ohio, West Union, Ohio, and the other kid was from Puerto Rico. And they both got hit bad. So and they were my company, so I helped carry him down.
It was in Incheon that John ran into his high school sweetheart's brother, Dickie, but they were quickly separated, and John was boarded onto a boat headed towards Treasure Island in San Francisco. John was then informed that he would be stationed in Virginia. And at this time, President Eisenhower issued a statement that if a soldier had been injured 3 times in combat, that they would be taken out of commission. It was after this that John Vlachos was taken home.
John did not regret his decision to join the Marine Corps, but admits being only 17 years old, he had it easy compared to the older corporates, who had wives and children waiting at home for them. Although John Vlachos thinks that he is no hero, I would disagree. John Vlachos was a young Watertown boy, a star football player, but he had the courage to leave his hometown to join the Marine Corps and fight the Korean War.
Hearts is, it might sound really bad, but I mean tough, but that was a big honor to me, you know? So.
What do they mean?
What is it, what?
What do they mean, those awards or medals? Not awards.
Oh, for bravery.
Yeah.
You know. And that's why I was, you know, I was put up for the Bronze Star because, you know, I don't know what I did. I just did what everybody else does. And my lieutenant saw it, and he said he put me in for it, and he got killed. So end of that.